friends, welcome to Insight with GlamGuru, episode 16. And today, once again, we are back in front of you with someone really special from the pageant industry. As you all know, you must be following our page from quite a while now. And today's guest, she's very special to all of us. Reason being, not because she's an ex-Miss India, she represented us internationally, got us acclaim, but she's the first person to venture into a pageant where India was not much talked about. For the first time, she won the Miss Earth Air title for India, and after that, it was no turning back for India. Back-to-back Miss Earth Air, and then of course the Miss Earth crown in the year 2010, and the journey has been incredible. And also for the fact that she comes from not a very big city or not from a metro city or something like that. She made her mark in the Femina Miss India pageant on her own, and she proved her mettle with hard work and dedication. Anything is possible. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to my guest tonight. Please welcome Femina Miss India Earth 2006 and Miss Earth Air 2006, Amruta Patki. Hi Amruta, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you so much for having me on your show. Thanks. I absolutely appreciate it.
Thank you so much for joining us, and that too, so quickly. And we are very thankful for you for joining us tonight on this conversation. And we really want to take the advantage of this time. I'm going to ask you a lot of questions which we all have in our mind related to your journey and the kind of experience you would like to share with our followers today. So without further ado, I will first start by making you all watch what happened at the night in the Manila, Philippines in the year 2006 when Amruta Patki bagged our first Miss Earth Air title for all of us there.
Miss Air is Miss India, and therefore the Miss Earth is Miss Chile.
Presenting for Miss Air is Ms. Lorraine Schultz, Executive Vice President of Carousel Productions, together with Mr. Ricky Reyes. And for Miss Earth, the presenters are Mr. Ramon Monzon, President of Carousel Productions, and Mr. Efrain Benito, Chairman and CEO of Pagboard, together with Miss Earth 2005, Ms. Alexandra Braun.
Thank you for joining us. This has been Priscilla Meireles. Mabuhay po kayong lahat. And this is Ginger Conahan.
Yes, so that was the compliment of yours, Amruta. How does it feel to relive those moments which you have already felt and real? Can you quickly start sharing something about it? Yes.
The music, the background music it just made me feel so much of nostalgia. I'm actually getting goosebumps. Yeah, because that music is like something, that triggers the memory of something that was a dream for me. So it's been incredible, and Molina was a great place to be in. The pageant has like some really, really beautiful memories that I still cherish.
Yes. So I'm going to start with your first question, which is about your experience as Miss India. What made you join Miss India pageant in the year 2006? What was in your mind, and how was your journey specifically being at Miss India pageant? What has been your learnings at the camp, and what kind of suggestions or what kind of memory you can talk about your time at Miss India 2006?
Well, it was absolutely life transforming for me because I come from a very traditional, humble Maharashtrian family, and I'm raised in a very traditional way. Nobody in my family is in the entertainment industry. And growing up, I always showed interest in singing or dancing or drama or every time there was a photo opportunity, I always used to be the first one standing in the first row, posing and being really excited about dressing up. And every time my mother used to put on makeup, I used to be very curious and very intrigued about wanting to wear the makeup and looking good, checking myself out in the mirror. And that's when my parents actually gauged that, I had some spark in me. I had something, some X factor, and they always encouraged me to participate in inter-school drama competitions. And I did every summer used to be a learning for me. And by the time I was 13, 14, when I was a teenager, I knew that I wanted to be a model. And when I was 18, I started reaching out to some fashion choreographers. I did my first ever portfolio. Then I participated in Miss Mumbai contest. And after that, I met the pageant guru, Hemant. And he insisted that, how about auditioning for Miss India? And I was really nervous. And I said that I'm Maharashtrian. I don't even speak English fluently. I studied in Marathi medium. So for me, being there on that stage in front of the who's the who of the industry, who will be judging me, who will be watching me, scoring me for the auditions, was like, I was paranoid, and I told Hemant that, are you sure this is something that I need to, that you want me to do? And he said that I believe in your potential. You just have to have that faith and believe in you. And I just thought, okay, maybe worst come to worst, I will just not get started.
So winning the Miss India, Miss India Earth 2006 crown back then, what was your first feeling out there? And tell us something about your relationship and the kind of chemistry you shared with Natasha Suri and Neha Kapoor, who were Miss India Universe and Miss India World respectively. The trio was there everywhere. You were attending the events. You were all getting the grooming together. What was the journey like, the 1 year under the camp, grooming for your pageant and alongside two other stunning queens? How was the experience along with them as well?
Oh, it was so much fun because we were young. I was just 20 and Natasha was like maybe a year older than me. And we share this similar family setup. She also comes from a very simple, humble background. So for us, it was like a dream come true. We would travel together. We used to do shows together. We used to do press conferences together. And we also had some cat fights. And now I'm still in touch with her. And now when we talk about how immature and silly we were, we just laugh about those memories. So it was a really nice experience. I couldn't really get an opportunity to spend much time with Neha because Neha lived in Delhi. But me and Natasha had some really interesting and very beautiful memories to share.
Yes. So now I would like to ask about your preparation for Miss Earth pageant. How was the preparation for the Miss Earth pageant? What does it take to prepare for an international pageant like Miss Earth? It's in the 20th year now, a very renowned pageant, and it's not just about ramp walk or looking good at the red carpets. It's about an overall personality. So how has been that journey? And if you can talk about your winning gown, so much talked about that creation by Hemant Trivedi, if I'm not wrong. If you can tell some stories and some great memories about your preparations.
I was really lucky. I got around 9 months to prepare for it, and I had my diction classes, my English pronunciation classes, and I used to do intense workouts, and I was being prepared and groomed not just for the pageant, but it was literally a lifelong experience that I still carry with me. It was pretty intense training, and it wasn't just about me. I was going to represent a nation and a country like India, so it was a very, very big responsibility to be representing the country, and there was a lot of pressure, but I was immensely lucky to have pageant guru like Hemant Trivedi. Sabira Merchant was there, Dian Pandey, who was my fitness trainer and expert, and there was a lot of effort being put in helping me become the best version of myself that I can represent. And there was a lot of pressure, but then also at the same time, I always knew somewhere deep down that I have to relax, I have to stay calm, because worst come to worst, I will lose, and I was okay with that. So it had been an incredible journey for me. And to talk about the gown, yes, Hemant chose the theme Earth because it was Miss Earth, and there was some beautiful waterfall and some mountains, and I still have that gown. I don't fit in it though because I'm like 10 kgs. But it was really beautiful. He
Yes.
really made me feel like a queen.
Yes, of course, and that's what showed at the pageant at that night. You were really out there, and when you were crowned as Miss Earth, a lot of the fans and pageant followers were surprised that India didn't win that night, and you actually deserved that title. And everybody, felt so humble for you that you really made us proud that night. Now I want to talk about something which is, of some sort of an analysis. What you can say, what changes and what is your perspective about the current Miss India pageant and the time back then in the year 2006 or that era? What kind of difference you felt? Do you think there are certain things which needs to be worked more upon, and what would be recommendation as a veteran queen who has gone through the journey?
To be honest, I haven't really been following the pageant since last couple of years because I moved out of India and I changed my profession. I work as a counseling professional now in Singapore. I have a little baby to look after, so I literally have no time to follow up too many things. But it's been 14 long years, and the intention back then of having or conducting a pageant was to give the young girls a platform where they can reach out to a larger audience, to media, to more and more people, and represent themselves as national figures, as international figures. Now in last so many years, especially last 5-6 years, media has evolved so much. You are just one click away, like look at us. It's just a streaming that we're doing, and we're reaching out to thousands and millions of people. So now, because of social media, the platform that you have to present yourself, to become famous, to influence people, to become known, or to be able to be a part of modeling or Bollywood or any industry, it's easy. It's relatively easy,
Yes.
So I don't think that it's that big of a challenge anymore, to be what you want to be. So back then there was no such thing. So I think the girls of 2020 and the future generation was very lucky.
Yes, absolutely. And I think there are a lot more opportunities now attached with the title. You of course represent your country, you get a lot of exposure in the mainstream media, but there are a lot of things happening, and with social media transforming the pageant arena is something which is a very new thing. So now I want to talk about your some time at Miss Earth Manila. You landed there. Did you actually expect to make it to the top 4 that night? How was your time at Manila? Were you able to get the inputs from the fans or from the chaperones? What kind of environment is there at a pageant, international pageant, specifically if I talk about Miss Earth? What can you share about your experience there?
Carousel production and Philippines as a country is so much fun to be in. Filipinos are very party people. They're very fun people by nature. So for me, that 1 month before the pageant that I spent there, it was all about press conferences, traveling around. We did some fundraising, and I was just enjoying every single moment. Some good food. We were taken to Boracay. We went to Cebu. We traveled around, and being surrounded by so many beautiful girls, and there used to be dinners hosted for us. So to be honest, for me, pageant was the last thing on my mind. My intention of being there was, I'm already a national winner. I'm already someone who has achieved something so incredible. I'm just going to enjoy myself and just be myself. That's what my intention was. And that's what I think kept me a bit relaxed, and there was no pressure.
Of course, and that's what I think showed at the last night also, because you were so confident. And I think you were not much thinking about the fight, whether I'll win or lose, or how will I make you enjoying the pageant throughout, and that's what reflected. I would like to now take your attention towards the current status. As you know that India has not placed at Miss Earth from past full decade now. After Nicole Faria winning Miss Earth, not a single placement, no semi-finalist so far. Do you think what is lacking at that at level, and what do you think? What could be the possibility? I mean, we have the new organizers coming in who are the current franchise holder of Miss Earth in India. What would you suggest, or what is your own observation about the kind of performance specifically India is giving at Miss Earth lately?
As I said, Abhishek, to be honest, because I haven't really been watching who are the girls representing and what exactly the current scenario is as far as the Miss Earth pageant and the pageant industry is concerned. So I don't really feel it's appropriate for me to comment about it. But only thing I can say is, it's just a perspective of judges, of the sponsors, of the organization. And that doesn't change the fact that Indian girls are not good. The representatives that we have are absolutely fantastic, and India is doing a great job in choosing the right and the best girls for the pageants. But sometimes it's the perspective, as we say, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. So maybe it's not us lacking. Maybe sometimes, the organization is looking for a specific country or something that they have in mind. Because at the end, we always have to remember that when a pageant is conducted and when a winner is chosen, there is a lot of business, a lot of money is involved. And it's a very thoughtful process. Why they choose a certain country and why they choose certain girls. So that has got nothing to do with how the rest of the girls are. That's my personal opinion.
Absolutely, and very well put together. I mean, it's not just about any country, because there has been a lot of changes in the pattern also, and the new countries are coming in. I mean, you can expect now Cambodia, Nepal, and Maldives, Sri Lanka. These countries which were never, projected or maybe pushed in that arena, now they are getting a lot of exposure. And I think it is about certain kind of preparation and of course the focus of the organization. Now I want to quickly talk about the virtual pageant thing. I mean, if you're aware about the fact that Miss Earth this year is happening virtually, they will be doing online, interviews, online activities, and the assessment will be done virtually. What is your take about the virtual pageant idea of Miss Earth, and do you think it will serve the purpose what Miss Earth look forward to, and are you excited about it? What would you say about the virtual pageant of Miss Earth?
I think it would be really interesting, but the fact that when you're doing something virtually, there is no human person-to-person connection. All that you can see is just what's in front of the camera and what the camera projects. And when you meet someone in person, there is their body language, the way they stand. You can see how the confidence reflects from the way they carry themselves, their posture, the way they sit, the way they stand. But in virtual, I think it probably will just be about how you communicate, because all that you can see is the way I'm speaking. So it will largely be focused and based on how you look in front of the camera, how your face is, and how you talk. So I think the whole focus of conducting a pageant will completely change. It will no longer be about the overall personality. It will be more about how you look in front of the camera.
Absolutely. And I think that's going to be very interesting also, because it's happening for the first time. And when anything is first time, it's always exciting to look up to what is actually the thing going to be, and that too on an international level. I'm going to take one or two comments also, Amruta, because we are joined by some of our followers and they wanted to, talk to you and share your experiences. We have Dennis Moises, and he's asking, hey Amruta, you're an incredible woman. Can you please tell us what should be done by the current franchise holder of Miss Earth to improve the chances of India at Miss Earth with high placement or even a victory? I mean, he's needing your suggestion as a veteran queen. What can you suggest, or what is your observation about what needs to be done more in order to get good placement?
Okay. That is a very difficult question because, to be honest, as I said, I've not really been following the pageant last couple of years. So I don't really know who are the young women representing India. But I guess any organization, what they can do is um, source the best candidate that you possibly can.
Yes.
And again, if I were to look at it from a candidate's perspective, what a candidate is getting if they are participating in a pageant.
Yes.
So it has to be something that interests the candidates to be a part of it. So it's give
Okay.
and take. As the organizations want solid, strong candidates, the candidates are also looking for how will
Yes.
I be benefited if I be a part of this pageant, instead of
Yes.
just opening the social media account and then working on becoming famous or starting
Yes.
TikTok or some social media source. So
Yes.
I think it goes hand in hand. The organizations also think about how they can make pageants and the privileges of being a pageant winner more interesting and more beneficiary to the participants.
Yes, of course. And I'm also personally very interested to ask you this personally, because since you have, wore that sash at international pageant, and you have, seen that journey so close, and actually was one of the title holder. Do you think there has been a change in terms of perspective of international pageant followers, or maybe the industry towards India? I mean, at your time, it was all about India. And do you think it has transformed, or there has been some shift towards, the other things? And what is your, as an, as someone who has been doing it for a while now, what can you talk about international perspective of people towards India currently?
Uh, to talk about the fundamental question of why a person wants to be a part of the pageant is to represent themselves, to reach out to a larger audience, to
Yes.
become famous. Some have the intention of getting into modeling. Some want to
Yeah.
be a part of Bollywood. So
Yes.
all these, uh, consequences, if you keep in mind,
Yes.
it's possible to do it even without a pageant, unless
Yeah.
you have a dream that you want to win a pageant and be a part of international pageant and become an international pageant winner.
Yeah.
But also the question is, it's no longer that difficult to become a famous international figure anymore,
Yes.
through modeling or through doing some television, because
Yes.
the media has evolved so much. There are
So much.
celebrity representatives, there are agencies. It's no longer difficult to reach out to some casting director in Hollywood and do an audition, or to reach
Yes.
out to some very big designer or a casting modeling designer in Paris and do a runway show. So
Yeah.
it's kind of defeating the purpose, of participating in fashion, and that probably is the reason why
Yes.
it's not the same anymore the way it used to be 20 years ago.
Absolutely, and very rightly put, because there are so many options available now, and the focus has shifted to several other things rather than the
So
personality quotient, and of course the intelligence, which was so evident back then. And now there are so many things involved from the organization side, the projects, their agencies they're working with, and of course the kind of popularity they already have on the social media
yeah,
are really playing a lot of factor. Now let's talk about quickly, because we're gonna have not much time with you. So I really want to utilize this opportunity with a few questions towards the end. What is your take on the India's current status? I mean, we had Miss World in the year 2017, Manushi Chilla winning Miss World for us. We also had two Miss Supranationals, a new pageant. After 2009, it started off, Asha Bhatt and Srimati Shetty. We had Mr. World for the first time, Rohit Khandelwal, and of course Mr. Supranational also. Yes, we had some of the victories, and of course in the year 2010, when you were still there there in the industry, Nicole winning the Miss Earth. Do you think
yeah.
India is doing great? And what is your take on, like, the kind of girls you are seeing right now and how they're representing the country? Do you think India is now still as powerful as it was back then?
Indian pageant organization has always been powerful. I mean, as far as I know, the team still is the same. And
Yes.
Times of India holds, BCCL holds a very, very solid power in India. So nothing from the organization has changed, but what has changed is the participants.
Yes.
As I said, if someone has the potential to be an international representative or international figure,
Yes.
there is a choice. They are choosing,
Something
going.
other.
Yeah, they're choosing something else than a pageant. So the organizations probably will have to figure out that what is it that can attract those
Talent.
candidates to be part of
Yes.
the pageant than
Yes.
going elsewhere. So I
Absolutely.
think if that is changed, then we will definitely have much solid candidates.
Yes, absolutely. And with that only, my second last question is also related. Do you think at the international pageant, it's all about the candidate, or there are several other factors involved? Of course, you talked about the organizers and the kind of sponsors and things like that. But if you are able to see the current pageants like Miss Universe, Miss World, or the current top pageants, do you think it's now has transformed? There are very other several factors also which plays a role towards maybe placing or winning a title, or it is just about the candidate?
I wish I knew that, Abhishek, to be honest. Because if I knew that, then I would have figured that out and would have won the main title at Miss Earth.
Very well said.
But I'm sure, there are sponsors, the organizations are trying to befriend the countries, the organizations have certain goals in mind, which country would be suitable for them as far as media is concerned, sponsorships are concerned, or
Yes.
sure, there are a lot of things that are being taken into the consideration than just the focus on the candidate.
Yes.
But this is just my guess. I really wouldn't know that. I wish I knew.
Absolutely. And I'm very happy for the fact that you are speaking so, from your heart. It's nothing like, a quintessential queen answer, talking about world peace. You are not being at all diplomatic with your answers. And if you feel that from your heart, you are putting it so easily to us, and that's very impressive of yours.
Thank you.
Now I'm going to ask you about something which is of much exciting thing for all the new upcoming lot which is coming to the Miss India camps or to the other pageants. What kind of tips can you give to the pageant aspirants, how they should prepare for a Miss India pageant? What should they keep in mind? What are the things which they should need to work upon? And what, as a veteran queen, what can you talk about, small tips which can really make a big difference in their journey?
I think just work on your confidence, be authentic, be your genuine true self and be real, because that really counts. People really genuinely like you if you're being authentic, if you're being confident, and if you're just being yourself. Be witty, be fun, and when you carry that vibe, you automatically stand out, and that definitely counts. So just be yourself. I know, again, it's a bit cliche, but I think that's what I
No,
believe
it's
in.
not. No, it's not, because when you are yourself, it shows on stage. It shows in the interviews, and we can easily access that how which is deliberated and what is actually coming natural. And I still remember your journey at Miss Earth. As a teenager, I was watching your pageant happened live on Star World, and watching your performance.
It makes me
Yes.
feel old.
No. The age is just a number. Everything is here. So, it was absolutely phenomenal to look up to you. And as I always said in the beginning also, to look at a candidate who has come not from Mumbai, Delhi, or very big city. And so much of transformation you have shown to everyone, that how you can take this opportunity forward. And you have been an absolutely star of the Indian pageantry, and I really want to congratulate for that. Now, it's gonna be a time. We don't have much time with you, so without taking much of your time, I want to ask you. You have a very beautiful little daughter. Any plans for her? We can certainly see her, wearing a beautiful sash somewhere. And do you think that she could also go to the same path you have gone through?
I really don't know, because as a parent, both my husband and I, we both believe that we will provide our child with everything that she needs, and she will choose her own path. So we will expose her to all the good things. We will focus on her virtues, how she becomes, how she adapts great positive personality traits and good virtues, and how she becomes a happy, healthy, kind, compassionate soul. And that's what the focus is, and what she chooses to be and what she chooses to do as her profession. That's totally up to her. I mean,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely, and if she decides so when she get into that age, we will be very happy because she has such an inspiration, and I think it would be in her blood to be an international representative.
Being plagued every time I shoot her video. She wants to see her own videos, and she's very excited. Good to get her hair done and to dress up. So yeah, it's probably in her genes. So never know.
Yeah, absolutely. Amruta, we're going to conclude this, but I'm quickly going to take up comments because they really want to come up. So I'm going to pick them quickly and then we will conclude our discussion today. We have Kritika. She's complimenting you. Hi, Amruta. Good to see you after so many years. And you are one of my favorite beauty queens. So she's happy. And we have Flexon Joseph. I think he's not from India, but from somewhere else. And he's asking, Amruta, can you please tell us about your Miss Earth gown? I mean, yes, people do recognize and remember that gown. It was breathtaking. Did you have a say in making of it? Yeah, if you can quickly talk about the journey of it.
It was totally, absolutely Hemant's idea. He didn't need any of the advice from anyone. It was solely his personal creation.
Yes, and I absolutely also think that the best gown Miss India has worn at Miss Earth, one was of yours and number 2 was of Pooja Chitgopikar. Again, the next year, both two creations. Even Nicole, I mean, it was a very beautiful gown, but the gown which actually can remind us of a Miss Earth Queen was of yours and of Pooja's. So that was with our conversation with you. Thank you so much, Ms. Amruta Patki for joining us live on Insight with GlamGuru. It was a pleasure having you, and we really wish you all the best for your future upcomings, and really cross our fingers to say the little beautiful angel coming back. And we really give her all love and light to her, and thank you so much for giving your time to us.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
Yeah. So that was, guys, Amruta Patki, Miss India Earth 2006 and Miss Earth Air 2006. She was here with us talking about her journey, experiences, and what she has to say about the current status of India at the international pageant. She has also talked about what the international pageant is looking for and how the candidate and the aspirants can prepare themselves in order to make it big in the industry. So thank you so much for joining us on today's show. We'll keep coming back to you. Do follow us on Facebook at GlamGuru. We're also there on Instagram at iGlamGuru, and for YouTube content you can visit us at GlamGuru GlamGuru. Till then, stay home, stay safe, and thank you so much for joining us tonight on this broadcast. Good night.